Hello and welcome to another episode of Selling Life Annuities. I'm Steve Allison, Annuity Specialist here at Gordon Marketing, and with me today I have Tim Luby, our National Sales Director. And today we want to talk about the latest DOL ruling that just got updated. I know we posted a video a few weeks ago about just being prepared for it.
It wasn't long ago at all. Yeah. So DOL, the Department of Labor annuity rule is what we're talking about. And this has been threatening on and off since, I think, 2016, then again in 2020. So there's been multiple iterations of this rule changing the way that we do business in the annuity business, particularly in qualified plans. The Department of Labor rule only affects the qualified plan market right now. So it's ERISA stuff. So that would be 401k plans, IRAs, all qualified plans could be affected by this rule.
Well, that's good that it's only qualified, but it still is about half the business that a lot of our agents, write when it comes to new business is qualified. So it can affect about half their sales. What kind of timeline are we looking at on this stuff?
So, as I mentioned, we just did an update on this a few weeks ago. What's changed since then is they implemented the rule. They adopted a rule. And the date for agents to begin complying with the new rules is September 23rd of 2024. So that's not too far away. We were kind of relieved as an industry that it wasn't 60 days, that we weren't already looking at implementation here. And implementation is difficult to do because while an agent is supposed to begin complying in some ways by September 23rd, the insurance carriers and even part of what the agent has to do, they're not required to comply for another year, for a full 12 months after. So there's a lot of vagueness around this. So the update that we're providing you today is some of the information that we have, but it's not going to provide a tremendous amount of guidance as exactly what we're going to do yet. For that, we just have to stay tuned. As an industry, we're fighting this on multiple fronts. There are a number of industry groups that are have filed lawsuits and are trying to get this rule vacated again, like it was the last time. It's substantially the same rule that they shot down from before. So we'd like to hope that would happen again. So there's a lot of vagueness around this. But September 23rd is one date that for right now we have to pay attention to until we hear otherwise.
Okay, so we have September 23rd. It affects more qualified accounts than non-qualified accounts. So when agents...
It doesn't really affect any non-qualified accounts.
Not at all. Okay.
The crux of it is that if you're going to sell it, if you're going to do anything with a qualified account, then you are going to be deemed as acting as an ERISA-approved fiduciary. And that doesn't sound like a big deal, but there's a lot of requirements. There are requirements to be qualified, if you will, as an ERISA-approved fiduciary. And it's some basic stuff that we'd like to think that most agents are doing anyway, like putting their client's best interests at heart and not misrepresenting things and making sure that they look at enough options, look at a few options, that they're not, that they don't have any conflicts of interest, that they're not making unreasonable compensation. So there's a few key elements that were discussed before and were shot down and that have come up again. But they do only affect the qualified sales market. Yeah. That's the ERISA door into theirs because ERISA does affect, has some control over the qualified plans, no control over the non-qualified market. So it is just qualified plans that would be affected.
Okay, so being a fiduciary, making sure they have a number of different recommendations, using us as a resource to be able to give you different options that you can recommend to your agents, it would be important, right?
Yeah, that'd be important. Yeah, if this flies and you have to demonstrate, that you acted in the client's best interest as a fiduciary, an ERISA-approved fiduciary, you're going to need to demonstrate and document and keep records on the alternatives that you showed your client, and be clear that you didn't have some conflicts of interest that kept you from showing what might have been the best solutions.
Gotcha. Okay, so I guess with that, is there anything that involving the agent's commission? Is that still staying the same, or is that any adjustment?
That's the same for right now.
Okay.
The process, as it was looking like it would before, the process to get around or to take advantage of the fiduciary rule opportunity is through an exception or an exemption, an FTE, but it's FTE 8424 is the form that you would use, and it does require that you disclose commissions. But right now there is not any limit on the commissions. There was some language in there for a while that was going to make it pretty onerous to get paid, particularly anything above street. I think that language did not make the final draft that was approved, but again, we think we think that many things will change between now and we actually have to take action. So, key word, I guess, is stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. That's right. But in the meantime, continue to use us as a resource. You can act as a fiduciary. How can they get a hold of you, Tim, to be able to get any help?
Yes, good. Well, my email address here at Gordon Marketing is timl@gordonmarketing.com. My direct dial phone number is 330-283-6140.
Yep, and you can reach me at sallison@gordonmarketing.com. My extension here is 140. So for those watching, make sure you do subscribe so you can get to see the next video. You can hit that notification bell so you get to get the notification of it. And also make sure you like, comment, and share. And happy selling.